do something about it. I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do about it, but if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I'm going to take a break, come back, and we're going to wrap up the show. Be right back after this. So we're back. So one more thing I want to talk about tonight was the fact that Obama, our president, by the way, he said that he is now going to sign an executive order banning workplace discrimination against gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered individuals. And I think that's incredible and wonderful. And although I think he should do it not just for federal government workers, but for everybody. But it's a start. But I was thinking about, this, and first of all, I want to say that Barack Obama has done more for gay people than any other president that we've ever had. He is. And so, even though many of you may have issues with him politically, as I do for some of the things he's done, more war-related stuff for me than anything, and some other things he's done I don't agree with. The majority of things he's done, I really look at, when I look at them objectively, especially, he's done a lot for America. He's done a lot for the liberal agenda, and he's done a lot for gay people. And as I said, more than any other president in the history of this country. And I think we have to remember that, even though he's not perfect, as no president is or ever will be, he has done a great fucking amount for us as gays, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people in this country. Could he have done more? Could he do more? Yeah. I mean, he's not gay, so he's not going to go out there and just say, girls, we're doing this today. He has to go through his channels and all that bullshit, the bureaucracy of running government, especially when you're the president. And I understand that. And that's okay. So anyway, what was I going to say? So because of this, it is true, as a gay person in most states, working in the private sector now specifically, you can be fired for being gay. You can be fired or even harassed at work or whatever. And if it's a gay thing, it's not even protected under most states, constitutions or whatever, or state law. I know in Texas it's not illegal. Now, the city of Dallas has a ban on gay, lesbian, by transgender discrimination. So if you work for the city of Dallas, where I live, then it isn't an issue. Well, it doesn't mean it's not an issue, but it's not allowed by the law. At least it's protected. You're protected under the law if that happens. But in most places, in private, business corporations, whatever, you are not protected. So you can just be fired. And most people are like, first of all, I've told people this before, and they're friends of mine or whatever, straight people, and they're like, wow, really? You can be fired for being gay? I'm like, yeah. And a lot of people don't even realize that or recognize the fact that you can just be fired because of your sexual orientation, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with your fucking job. I don't care what you do unless you're in the porn industry. It doesn't fucking matter what goddamn dick you suck or vagina you lick or whatever. Who the fuck cares? It's no one's fucking business but yours and your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever. It's no one's fucking business. So it doesn't even fucking make sense. So the fact that it's not even protected under this, when gays, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people are considered a class of people as ruled by the federal government and the Supreme Court, that we are considered a class of people, like African Americans, like Hispanics, like Asians, and by race, or like women, like whatever. We are a class of people that are to be protected. So it is no one's fucking business that I'm gay when I go to a job. As long as I do my job well, who the fuck gives a shit? Now, I have worked places in the past, before I worked for myself. I've been self-employed since 25, so it's been a long time. But I have worked places where they were very highly conservative, and they didn't know I was gay until I told them I was gay. I mean, they actually would ask me about my if I was married or getting married or dating or whatever, this particular place, and I would say, yeah, I never lied about it. I never said it was a guy, and I don't know how they didn't know I was gay, but they didn't. But anyway, so I, eventually got to the point where I couldn't deal. I'm the kind of person that I can't be somebody I'm not. And I would never go back in the closet ever again. But, in my early mid 20s, I was just trying to make my way up the corporate ladder or whatever, and trying to make my way through the system. And I was trying to keep my nose clean, so to speak. So I was trying not to make waves and trying to be a team player, whatever. But it was really hard for me, someone who's outspoken as I am and very, very political, to hear people talking about how wonderful George Bush was or whatever. or about how gross the gays are, or, whatever. So, and one time somebody had asked me or said something that's so gay or whatever. And I was like, excuse me, I don't appreciate you using gay in the pejorative in my presence. And what do you mean? It's like, it's not nice to say something's gay and mean it's something gross or bad or wrong or evil. Just say it's gross, bad, wrong, evil. Don't use the word gay, because I don't appreciate it, because I'm gay. And so then I came out, and then after that I was gone. And there's nothing I could do about it. Nothing I could do about it. And that's just the reality of where we live today in most states. Now, there are some states that do have protections. I think California does. I'm not sure. I should have researched it, but I didn't. But Texas, I know, does not. And eventually it will be a federal mandate, of course. But right now it's not. But that's the world we live in today. And, discrimination is rampant, and, especially online, or if you're somebody who's online a lot, or your, personality or whatever, celebrity or something, you certainly know that racism and bigotry and homophobia, those things are rampant. And you get Twitter tweets and things like that about it all the time, or emails or whatever. I personally don't get them anymore, because I think people are afraid of me generally, but I don't. As in high school, I've said this before, when I was in high school, I was openly gay from the time I was 14 years old, and no one bothered me ever. I got bothered in middle school when I was in the closet and not open and honest about who I was. But once I came out when I was 14, my freshman year in high school, I was never bothered. No one bothered me or anything. And I think when people realize and recognize that you don't feel ashamed about who and what you are, that you don't give a fuck what people think, you really honestly don't give a fuck. Not just say that, but you really don't give a fuck that people like you or don't like you or whatever, people you don't even fucking know, and people that are typically beneath you in terms of character or in terms of, their experiences in life, whatever. I think that you realize that, I think they realize that they can't really touch you emotionally or in a negative way. And I think that's why it's so important for gay people, gays, lesbians, bi, transgender people, whatever, to come out and be who you are, because it gives you a power that you can never have being in the closet and lying about what and who you are. And being in the closet or whatever and hiding behind fear because of what your family's going to think or your friends are going to think or whatever is an excuse. And it is not to say that it would ever be easy to lose those people. It's not, and it wouldn't be. And it's not to say that you would lose them anyway. But to be in the closet and to hide who you are, a part of yourself. Of course, being gay is not everything. It's not all of who you are, but it's a part of who you are, and a beautiful part of who and what you are. So if that's who you are and you're hiding it, you're, as I say, dimming your own light, and you're squelching your own rainbow, so to speak. You're in the darkness and the cold, and that's a miserable place to be. So I advise anyone who's listening who is in the closet and struggling to come out to do it, because there, as I said, is a power. There is a power that comes with being yourself, whether it's being gay or whatever. Being yourself has a power that means that no one can ever touch you, because if you live in your truth of who and what you are, whatever that is, then anything anyone else says to you can never touch you and harm you, because you fucking know who you are. And that is the most fucking power you can ever have, is to be yourself, live in your own truth, and to love yourself. And no one can ever beat that or take that away from you. So I want to thank you guys for listening tonight. I will be back hopefully sooner than next week. If not, I'll definitely be back next Thursday for another Gay Mass show. And I want to thank everybody who was on Twitter tonight. I want to thank you, Lovelive Shear. I think that's how you say your name. And everyone else who was listening, I appreciate it. Ginger Sheridan as well. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week. Good night.